In this video, we are going to go over how to subtract integers, and specifically, we're going to go over subtracting a positive integer from any kind of integer. So let's jump into a couple of examples. We'll support the rule that we're going to come up with the y and some number line action too. So let's go. The first problem here says 5 minus 2. So this is a kind of problem you've done for years. So you might look at 5 minus 2 and think, Mr. G, I know 5 minus 2 is 3. So 5 minus 2 is 3. You're absolutely 100% right, and you could just stop there. But I want to go over a rule that you're going to use for at least a little while until you basically can do these kinds of subtraction problems like that, just from experience. And the rule is this. When you're subtracting an integer, you add the opposite value. And I will show you what I mean. So 5 minus 2 can also be looked at as 5 plus a negative 2. And you go back to your skills and you think, well, okay, 5 plus a negative 2 means go to the right 5 and then to the left 2, which is basically subtraction of 5 minus 2. So that is equal to 3. So it's often taught this way that now even normal subtraction problems you're used to change it into this problem, you're fine solving it the old way. But why does this work? Well, let's take a look at what subtraction means from a number line perspective. This means walk to the right 5 spaces, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to draw an arrow all the way out to the 5 right here. And then this means go to the left 2, or to the opposite of 2 to the right. Well, the opposite of 2 to the right would be 2 to the left, which would be 1, 2. And this is the same exact idea as what we did in an earlier video where we were adding a negative 2. So that supports the whole adding a negative 2. I'll go over a couple other examples where we use a number line to support this as well. 3 minus 7. So using the idea that subtraction is really adding an opposite, this would become 3 plus negative 7. And so we use our skills from before with adding a negative number, and that means we subtract the two numbers. So in my head, I'm doing 7 minus 3, which is 4, and taking the sign of the larger of the two numbers, the number farther away from 0. So in that case, that would be negative 7, so our answer is negative 4. Again, why does this rule make sense? We start at 3, so we'll start at 0 here, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. That's what I mean by starting at 3. And then we'll go to the left 7, right? Or add 7 to the left. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we end up right here at negative 4. So again, it's the same as saying go the opposite of positive 7 or left 7, adding negative 7. Okay, one more example of this with a number line before we crack open two problems without any of the y and just using our rule. So the rule says minus 3 minus 4. So that would be the same as doing minus 3, and then we're adding negative 4, or go to the left 3 and then go another 4 to the left. So we'll illustrate that. So we're going to go to the left 3 here, 1, 2, 3. There we are. And then we're going to go to the left another 4. In addition to that 3 that we went, we're going to go another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we have it, our final answer of negative 7. And that corresponds with our rules of adding integers, which is when we have the same exact signs, you add the two numbers and keep the sign. Again, that's in an earlier video of how and why this kind of addition works. So the subtraction rule holds that you're basically turning subtraction into the addition of a negative number. Very cool stuff. Now let's exercise that rule here in D and E. So 4 minus 9, what is that? Well, that is equivalent to, or the same as, 4 plus the opposite of 9. So we're subtracting 9 minus 4 here. So in my head, I'm doing 9 minus 4, which is 5, and I'm taking the sign of the bigger of the two numbers, the number farther from 0, which is negative 9. That makes sense. You can also think of it this way. If I start out with $4 and I spend $9, I'm going to end up $5 in debt, or 5 below 0. Negative 20 minus 17. Okay, well again, you can rewrite that as negative 20 plus a negative 17. So we're going to go to the left 20 and then 17 more to the left. It's another way of looking at minus 17 on top of minus 20. Left 20 and then left 17. So we add those two numbers, 20 and 17 is 37. They have the same sign, so we go negative 37. That's it, folks. That is how to subtract integers where that second number that you're subtracting is a positive number. In a later video, we'll go over what happens when you get minus a negative number. Also cool stuff.